Who is the best fit, Steven, for that Lakers job?
You know, I look at the Lakers roster, and I think it needs tweaking. I don't think it needs to be overhauled. So when you look at that, you have a veteran ball club that's used to a particular system. I think Brian Shaw is the best fit because you don't have to go outside the triangle. These guys are familiar with him. There's a trust issue there with Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant, with Shaw having played with him. And then, you know, when you look at this Lakers team, if they were to bring Adelman in, that's almost like no disrespect to Adelman, that's a retread.
Yep.
He's been there, done that. He's had his opportunities. Let somebody else come in like Tom Thibodeau did for the Bulls this year, or Eric Spoelstra did when he went into Miami. Get some new blood into the NBA and the coaching ranks. And I think Brian Shaw is the best one for the job.
All right.
You know, I've been going back and forth with this one because it's really a tough choice for the Lakers because Brian Shaw doesn't really have any experience with this. Adelman's been around the block, obviously, with the Kings. He's a player's coach, and Kobe would like him. And also, his offense is designed around the big men at the high post, which they have in Lamar Odom and Paul Gasol. So I'm leaning towards Rick Adelman. You know, I just think right now the Lakers are built to win now, and the triangle offense without Phil there, why would you want another coach coaching an offense that's not the best at it? So
because you want the Lakers to have the worst fit for coach, right?
No, not the worst fit. We need all the help we can get right now.
Ah, there we go.
Interesting.
We get to the bottom of it, right?
Interesting approach.
I'm with Stephen Bardo on this, and yet you make a great point. I have no idea how Brian Shaw would do because nobody can know for sure, and we've seen some assistants, Thibodeau, do great and some not so great. But I would go that way just because Kobe blessed him. And right now, it's sort of Kobe or bust, and you're hoping that Kobe somehow returns to 90% of Kobe. But Rick Adelman has proven over a long, long time to be a very good basketball coach. That's with Portland, if you remember that. Portland, Sacramento, even Houston. I can make the case he's a much better basketball coach, X's and O coach, than Phil ever thought about being, because he's really good at what he does. But he is the flip side of Phil as far as fitting for the Lakers, in that Rick Adelman, to me, has zero mystique. He has no intimidating stature to him. People don't know that much about him. They don't really respect him. Your sideline image to me of Rick Adelman is whining over calls. He has no feel in him whatsoever. So to me, for a Laker fit, he's a bad fit. And I love Rudy T, but they brought him in between the Phil stops, right?
Yeah.
And it was a disaster. He didn't fit Lakerland. He couldn't sort of measure up to.
There's very few that do.
Well, I'm with you on Brian Shaw, though. I mean, I think he would. He's got some purple and gold in his blood now.
Yes.
And I think the players really do. I don't think Derek Fisher's going to be back. I don't know, but that would shock me if he's back. But Kobe's going to be back, so you got to go with it.
But would you risk it? You know, having his first chance to win a championship, his first year coaching, would you risk it, the mystique, for a guaranteed and Rick Adelman?
Well, I think you're speaking the way the buses are thinking right now, because I don't think the buses want to risk that. I think they got this billion-dollar thing here, and they don't want to hand it over to an unproven young man.
Yeah, but can Adelman get those guys on the same page? If he comes in, he's not going to run the triangle. He's going to run a different offense. What you said was great in terms of the high post offense running through the bigs, but you're still adjusting an offense that these guys have been in, Kobe's been in for a long, long time. Not saying he can't adjust, but you're talking about losing probably a third of the beginning of the season because you're in transition. So where does that put you in the Western Conference?
Well, if you look at what the Miami Heat have done, they spent the first third or half of this season trying to figure out what the heck was going on, and you want to be good by May, and it seems like they've figured it out.
But they have had Pat Riley looking over the top of everything.